So I'm going to do a brief talk about these lovely boots by HAIX, not sure how to pronounce it, but these are called the Black Eagle Tactical High Zipped. Okay, so I wanted a pair of zipped tactical boots, and these are sort of coyote colour. They do black ones as well. These are non-Gore-Tex, so they're not waterproof, but in one advert I saw, it sort of said it had some water repellent abilities. These almost certainly are going to go back because I had to buy an 11.5 UK size. I'm normally a 11, but they actually come up as really, they've got really quite a long, thin toe. So there's about an inch and a half of extra room in the end of the toe, which I think is a bit too much. So holding them, so this the brown boot is a 12, and the HAIX is 11.5. Yet it's longer than this one. So let's talk about the boot. It's a fantastic boot, and I really want to be able to get my foot into one of these and keep one. So I've ordered a 10.5 to see whether that fits better. It's a fairly narrow midfoot there, forefoot I should say, across the met heads, but it has a feel of stretch about it. I think it will accommodate and grow and form around the foot and actually make it a great fit. I sometimes wonder whether any boot that fits almost instantly, whether that will then stretch and become less comfortable in time. But as I say, unfortunately, there's a little bit too much toe room. Let's bring this up nearer. So it's got a hardened rubberized type toe cap on it, which makes it really good. It's slightly squared off there, actually, you can see, not quite pointed. The lace system is fantastic. So you've got a sort of bit of suede work. Got the H, might be easier to show you on that side. So these boots, they always have an H built into them, so in the decoration there. I will come to the laces again in a minute, but it's got a lateral malleolus guard there. For some reason, I'm not sure what purpose it really has, how functional it is, I don't know. But this is great. This little lace system here is fantastic, which means that you can tighten up the front half of the lacing system up, and that binds tight and keeps this as it is. And this can be as loose as you want it up here, and this stays the same because it's held tight with that, which is fantastic. And then another classic feature of HAIX boots is this flap over the top, which just covers up where the laces are. There's Velcro that holds it down, and then there is the zip system there with a little flap. Let's zip it up. So it's a really strong zip, and actually, in fact, I would actually personally have the flap underneath the zip like that, and it's less likely to be able to come down. I think people wrongly have the zip underneath, and it can work its way down in time. That's sort of a little wetsuit zip tip I have gained over the years. So that's the boot, lightweight, there's no metal in it. It's a flexible base to it, flexible sole, really good grip as you can see, and a very nice boot indeed. That's the shape of that. Now I brought some other boots. So this is, just to show some comparison, this is one of my favourite boots of all time. This is a Keen, and it's their insulated winter boot. That's what it looks like there. So it's a lovely leather boot. This is about 120, 130 quid. This boot was 140. I'd say it's not waterproof. This isn't waterproof in any way. It's maybe breathable. The idea of non-waterproof boots is that they do get wet and then they dry out quickly as a result. So, and some people prefer that rather than feet getting hot and sweaty inside Gore-Tex type boots. So anyway, this is waterproof. This is not Gore-Tex, but Keen's own waterproofing material. That is a fantastic boot. I do have quite a wide forefoot, and you can see Keen make lovely wide boots. Let's hold this up so you can see in comparison in shape. That's not a huge amount, but it's, well, that's just probably a centimetre in width, maybe more. Actually, if I did this, so that's roughly the same height. So that's an 11. The brown boot is an 11, and that's an 11.5. But you can see it's probably easily an inch It's usually a centimetre between a 10.5 and say 11.5 to give you a clue. So there's a centimetre between sizes, and that's probably about 3 centimetres difference there. So that's a keen insulated winter boot. One last thing about this was rather good is that the soles there, the different materials that the soles are made from, it's not focusing, means that some of the, I can't tell you which parts, but some of the parts of the sole goes far stiffer and harder in icy weather and acts like a gripper, special sort of gripping system. Some stays rubbery and other parts become hard and stiff. Right, okay, this is another boot. So this is a 12 actually, even though I'm at 11, but with thick walking socks on. This is a Scarpa Trek GTX, so this is Gore-Tex. Much heavier boot than this one, waterproof and much stiffer sole. I think this is a shank in it, so a lot stiffer. So they bring different things to the party. Again, I think this is a longer sole to it than, even though it's 11.5 than the 12. But lovely boot, Italian boot, German boot, and this is another Keen. I do like Keens. This is a Tar G, I think it's pronounced, and that is an American boot. So we've got 3 different countries. Good to have a bit of variety there. So I would highly recommend these. I just got to get the right size for me. Hopefully going down a size. They don't seem to have a size UK 11 anywhere in the world. So I'm going to try 10.5, and hopefully that will deal with the length problem without the width being compromised too much. So I think that about covers it. Hope you enjoyed it. This is the Black Eagle by HAIX German boot company, well-known German boot company, and actually relatively good value, I would say. And they make some other good boots too. So check them out. There was one thing I forgot to tell you. Okay, so let's sit down for this. One important factor is that obviously this is not a waterproof boot, but when you open the zip up, there's no flap on the inside. So if there was any sort of minor water repelling, as soon as obviously the water gets to there, it's going to go flooding in anyway. So that's just the nature of the beast. Whoever designed this boot must have felt that it wasn't important to try to keep the ingress of water out. So that's it. Okay, thank you for watching. As I say, bye now.